Hi, this is Scott Shadley, Director of Leadership Narrative and Evangelist at Solidigm, and today I'm with Roger Cummings from peak AIO. Roger, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I appreciate your time, first of all. And Roger Cummings, been in IT infrastructure for way too long. Have experienced kind of and seen the changes over time, and started with peak AIO about a year ago to take what we've done great in Europe and the UK to across the globe.
Very cool. So at GTC, what would you say kind of has happened from last year to this year? What do we see kind of moving forward? What's that level look like to you?
Yeah, it was interesting. Last year, we saw the back wall full of GPUs, full of hardware, and everybody, I think it was a kind of the intent behind it was everybody's doing it, jump in, right? And now what you're seeing, and to Mr. Jensen's kind of presentation, you're seeing solutions.
Okay.
Say, what do we do? You know, we acquired all this wonderful technology. Now it's about looking at the solutions that we're putting on top of this technology. And not only that, but also for the enterprises to really adopt AI at a high level, it's got to be simple. It's got to be, they have to take the innovation that they want to accomplish and help them along the way. So solution orientation is really helpful for them.
You guys have some very innovative AI-focused storage solutions and things like that. So what do you kind of see as how that parlays into all of this? Because there's all these racks being built. We have the opportunity to AI factory. How does that play out?
Yeah, so it's very interesting. Whether we knew it or not, we started at a really, really important point. We started the company in being really efficient when it comes to how efficient that single node can be.
Okay.
So making it 6 times more higher performance, 6 times the space, 6 times the efficiency, right? So we take that single node. Now you see us scaling up, and eventually you'll see us scaling out to the, as we move forward. And what's interesting is the AI lifecycle, as it kind of grows to innovation, to training, to inference, we're seeing it kind of loop back to say, I need a more intelligent AI edge inference device. And we're a great fit for that because that's where we started.
Yeah.
Right? The performance around that single node is a wonderful way for us to complement the maturity of that AI lifecycle.
So we've put together some significant advancements in the storage space between capacity, performance, cooling now with some recent announcements and things like that. So what's a little bit more about what's going on in that space?
Well, absolutely correct, because when you're talking about the scale, as you scale AI, what's important, right? No one has the power. Everybody wants that higher density. So that's why our relationship is so key. We provide the performance, and you guys help us with the density. So we can perform linearly as both performance and density increases, which is even more key when we go back to that edge scenario. For example, the 122s, we can really have an incredible dense node with a 2U frame.
Yeah.
So that's incredibly valuable to our customers to do a lot more intelligence closer to the data.
So how do you see people actually starting to pay more attention to the data and where the data is sitting as value?
Well, I think the key there is when you look at your GPU and it's like, I paid all that money and all of a sudden I'm seeing the 20% utilization. I think that's really key. And then they look at where the bottlenecks are.
Right.
And that's where together we solve that problem incredibly for our customers. Now, if we can remove some of those bottlenecks or remove some of that concern or challenge customers have, we're so close to innovation, so close to some really incredible things that we're doing with our technology.
So as we look forward and we're taking on to the next step beyond GTC in this event, what's the next thing that you see from Peak as like, can you foreshadow anything out for us? Is there something you've announced recently that we can talk about?
Yeah, so we were, as I mentioned, we were great on the single node scaling up. I think now what you're going to see, or not think, I know now what you're going to see is really more intelligence around the workload. Understanding those AI workloads, understanding both the intelligent data placement, the intelligent data provisioning, how we work with GPU as a service organizations, and really focusing on performance, optimization, and efficiency, all the way down to the power and cooling. So that's a wonderful relationship that I think is going to be very fruitful for our customers, right? Really allowing them and empowering them to get the insight that they need.
Exactly. So as people watch this, where do we go to find more out about Peak AIO and or yourself for that matter?
You can go to www.peakaio.com, and by all means, go to LinkedIn, find my profile, and please reach out.